Ilmari was settled by one of the apple trees, its orange leaves visible even in the dark. Instead of waiting for me to sit down, he got up eagerly and approached me.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out to see me. I wasn't sure if I should bother you at your house. I wouldn't have minded, soaking in the scenery one last time. Yes, I love it here. Oh no, I missed it. No, it was probably cute too. Okay, I couldn't hide my dejected expression, and Ilmari fidgeted anxiously. Really, there's been something on my mind for a while now, and I always wanted to ask. Oh, Mari's blushing. Yes? When you, fell asleep while you were reading, your head nuzzled my neck. I'm guessing you don't know what that means to dragonkind? I shook my head. Uh, it's something we do when we're very close to someone. It can be viewed as something between cherished friends or even lovers. That's why I wanted to know if there was something behind that action, but since you had no idea, I grabbed Ilmari's hand, wanting to clear the confusion up. Yeah, I had no idea. I'm so sorry it sent mixed messages. However, even if I'd known, I probably would have done it anyways. Ilmari, you're someone extremely important to me. I can't really say how much, but it's different from friendship. Ah, yay. Ilmari nodded repeatedly. I feel the same way. I didn't want to say anything, but now I'm glad to know it's mutual. Yay! He leaned in tentatively, then meekly withdrew, blushing furiously. Ah, that book, when you told me about kissing, is it alright if I kiss you on the lips? I could feel my cheeks grow warm, and I merely nodded. Ah, the kiss was gentle and warm, filled with only tenderness. Okay, I really wish there was a CG for this, but actually, I saw. So there's an art booklet thing that comes with this, and I read through it. I looked at the pictures and read through the text and stuff. It said that they were planning to put a CG in this, but they just didn't have the time to. But there was still a picture of it, like a sketch. So I'll put that as the main picture. Or actually, no, I'll edit it in so that you can see the picture. So right now you're probably seeing an adorable little kissing picture, and yeah, okay. The kiss was gentle and warm, filled with only tenderness. When we parted, Ilmari's shoulders were quivering. He threw his arms around me, pulling me close as he buried his head into my shoulder. This is unfair. I meet the most wonderful person, and now I have to return. I rubbed his back, my fingers combing through his hair. I'm sorry, I never meant for this to happen. He frantically shook his head against me. I don't regret this. If I knew I wouldn't have felt this way for you, I would have done it anyways. I would have done it 1,000 times over. I cherish you so much, Aurelie. Oh, I can't thank you enough for everything. These memories will stay with me forever. No, don't leave. Forever? You do plan on seeing me again, right?
I promise.
Oh, I promise. I can't say how soon, but I'll do everything I can. Thank you. He raised his face and gently nudged my forehead with his. We remained there for a few moments, but I reluctantly stepped away. I grabbed the discarded blanket, intending to return home. It's getting late, and we have a big day ahead of us tomorrow. Startled, Ilmari raised his hands and pleadingly looked at me. Aw. You're not staying? He looked so forlorn, that my heart lurched at the sight.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, Heavenkind usually don't spend the night together. Even if you feel this strongly about someone? Ilmari. It's different then, but I would be uncomfortable staying.
I'm sorry.
Sorry if I make you feel that way. It's not your fault, Ilmari. To comfort him, I draped the blanket over his shoulders. I'll see you in the morning. Clutched the fabric and held it close.
Of course.
Right, I'll see you in the morning. As I walked away, each step became harder to take, and I eventually glanced back. Ilmari was standing there with a gray blanket, now he resembled a perched rain cloud. Ilmari. Aw, my heartstrings were being tugged. I can't leave him. I paused, wavering between turning back or continuing ahead. It was then I felt something warm grasp my hand, and Ilmari's fingers intertwined with mine. He gave me a soothing smile. Is it alright if I remain by your side? Oh, I promise I won't do anything to make you nervous. Convinced, I gently tugged his hand.
Yeah.
You can stay with me, just for tonight. He nodded gleefully.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know the customs are different between heavenkind and dragonkind, and I try my best to respect them. It's fine. I think we can compromise. After all, this will be our last night together. For a while, anyways. He followed me willingly and amiably stayed quiet as I tiptoed back to my bedroom. I feel like I'm doing something proper. However, I calmed down when I saw Ilmari flitting around the room, interested in furniture and possessions I had. Look at Ilmari. Why was I so anxious around him in the first place? He placed the blanket down and moved to one side of the room.
I have a question.
What is this? It's similar to what I've seen downstairs. It's a drawer. And that? Just a shelf. He approached the furniture and picked up the sole book I owned. You actually have one? Surprise, I do read a little. And what's this book about? Knight Code of Conducts. My shoulder slumped as he returned the book. He's like, of course, really.
Sorry.
Oh, that's why. Aw, Mari, you're so nice. It was really important to you, wasn't it? I admit, I feel a little hollow after all that. It's what's driven me for most of my life. However, I still value the virtues and the ideals Knights represent. I'll find a new dream. I've already been thinking about some things, anyways. You'll be striving to bridge a relationship between heavenkind and dragonkind. I know I switched the orders. I think that's important. I'd like to eventually help. Be a diplomat, was it? That's the heavenkind term. I'm sorry, politics aren't my strong point. I sat on the bed while Ilmari approached cautiously, or curiously. And this? Oh right, you've never stayed at an inn. This is where heavenkind sleep. I sauntered over and picked up a blanket that I had discarded on the floor. As I crawled into my bed, my thoughts turned to figuring out where Ilmari would stay. My nerves were not mentally prepared for sharing the same bed. Maybe if I gave him the blanket? He seemed to sense my disquietude and contentedly knelt down beside the bed, elbows resting on the mattress. Is this acceptable? Aw, he's so thoughtful. I rolled over so he could hold my hand, and he placed his chin next to the pillow.
Yeah.
This is so cute. Okay. Yeah, this arrangement works. As I closed my eyes, I could feel Ilmari give my hand a tender squeeze. Is there a difference between sleeping upright and lying down? You were comfortable being close when you fell asleep on the bench. I scrunched my eyelids. Banning that topic too. For good reason. I could hear Ilmari let out a small groan, obviously unhappy with even more restrictions. Alright. I could feel my hair being pushed back with the other hand, and his fingers grazed my braid.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I never said this earlier, but I think your braid is cute too. We're similar in a lot of ways, aren't we? Yeah, isn't that cute? Actually, the first time I played through this, I kind of didn't realize that she had a little braid there, but it is quite cute. I giggled and opened my eyes, but instead of wearing a genial expression, Ilmari looked downcast. Oh, and she said we're similar in a lot of ways, because he has a braid in the back of his hair, but you can't really see it in the position he's in right now. But even so, we're still too different. He withdrew his arm and touched his ear, which twitched slightly. As much as I wish it, I'm not heavenkind. Maybe we shouldn't encourage these types of feelings after all. I want you to live your life, Find someone else that can be devoted to you, even start your own family if you desire. He blushed and awkwardly glanced away as he was wrestling with conflicting notions. Oh, I could see where he was coming from, but it was still painful to hear. Always the responsible one, Ilmari. However, my stubbornness wasn't going to accept it, and I knew Ilmari was only trying to think of me. I think we can make this work. We'll find a way. He shied away from my determined face as he struggled to respond. It's, well, as a dragon kind, I'm not sure if I'd be able to make you happy. I tightened my grip on his hand. What about me? Didn't I make you happy?
Of course.
Of course you did. I've always enjoyed spending time with you. And you've done the same for me. Have a little more confidence in yourself. It won't change the future. I promise. But I pressed my lips against his, wanting to convey my affection with another approach. Ah. He tensed up against the contact, and then gradually relaxed as he responded fondly to the touch. One hand cradled my cheek momentarily before we parted. Face flushed, he bashfully glanced down. I guess we can make this work. Maybe we aren't so different. I'm glad I could convince you. Usually it's me unable to say no to you. It'll be hard at first, but I know we'll see each other again soon.
I promise.
Promise. I'd like to spend as much time with you as I can. Ilmari gave me a gentle nudge to the forehead once I rested back on the pillow, our fingers intertwined. I closed my eyes, cherishing Ilmari's touch and warmth as I drifted to sleep. Oh, that was so cute. And now they're gonna leave. Ugh. So, I present these offerings to pray for a safe trip and... Hey! Kara snatched one of the apple tarts I'd laid out in front of the dragon altar. What? They're an offering to us dragonkind, so they're obviously mine for the taking. Care. No, that's not how it's supposed to work. I futilely tried to snatch the treat out of his outstretched arm, but he placed a hand on my forehead and held me away. Ilmari appeared and smiled at us in amusement. Nice to see us all energetic. Despite that, there was a despondent edge to his voice, and his smile drooped. He approached the altar, and after some hesitation, knelt down and put the glass bone ornament up beside the pedestal. Kara and I immediately stopped our teasing, and I touched Ilmari's shoulder in concern. You're not taking it with you? No, I'll leave it here in your care for now. He smiled with resolve.
I promise.
You're borrowing it, Aureli. I promise to come back for it. Ah. Alright, I'll keep it safe until you return. He gauged the size of the cave. I'll be outside. Kara needs to be close to the altar to transform back, since his master has to completely remove the curse. Right, meet you outside. Kara's gaze followed Ilmari before turning to me. You should wait outside with him. You sure? Yeah, I'll be talking to my master for a bit anyways. This part's also different because if you're on Kara's route, then you stay with him. But Kara's nice. He knows what's going on between us, and he's like, hey, go be with him for a bit longer, which is very nice of him. I realized that Kara was encouraging me to spend more time with Ilmari. Yep. I blushed, but simply nodded happily. Thanks. Gave him a fond smile before leaving. Ilmari was patiently waiting next to one of the trees, his hands folded in front of his stomach. Giving Kara some space? Or did he shoo you out? I chuckled. He says he'll be a while. He also wanted to give us a moment alone. Ah, so he noticed. He trailed off, bashfully averting his eyes. We soaked in the scenery and in each other's company before I decided to break the ice. So, what's the first thing you'll do when you return home? Me? I've been absent for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if another Urius invaded my territory. Poor Ilmari, all his territories being stolen. He pressed his pointer fingers together, looking crestfallen. And I had a nice rock collection going on in one of those underwater caves. I smiled so wide it hurt. You collect rocks? The pretty ones. Sorry, fantasy stories always tell us about dragons hoarding gold or priceless treasures. I'm not sure about gold, but I wouldn't mind a collection of glass-blown ornaments, or those items that create rainbows when the light hits.
Right.
Ah, those suncatchers? Those are pretty neat, and are fairly common possessions among the sun children. I'll be sure to buy some for you when you visit. I paused briefly. Is the punishment still severe? I wish I could go with you and explain everything. Care will stand up for me. It's possible it'll be reduced, especially if I act like a proper knowledge keeper. Until then, though, I'll likely be forbidden from interacting with Heavenkind again until Master Kaya thinks I'm ready. So what about you? Still thinking about being a diplomat? I'll talk to my mom about it. It seems even harder than knighthood, especially since I have to study politics and the like. Less emphasis on sword skills. And more focus on reading. He smirked teasingly. Look at Ilmari. Okay. You'll need more than one book. And a dictionary. I'll be able to read the high-level books to you then. I'll do my best so I'll be able to assist you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Whew. A slight tremor caught me off guard, and we quickly turned back to the cave. Woo! Unlike the lithe and serpent-like water dragon, the earth dragon was bulky with powerful limbs, folded wings, and overlapping armor that ran down from its neck to the end of its tail. It had rock-like juts protruding from its elbows and knees. I gaped and cautiously took a step forward. The ears and the earthy tones reminded me of Care, but I underestimated how fearsome he would appear in his true body. Care? He took a step, his large weight causing the ground to tremble. He paused, now moving more cautiously as to not alarm me. Ah. All ready to go? I mustered a small smile. Yeah, I'll see you two off as well. It'll be a nice walk until we reach the river. Care, why don't you give us a ride? Care flapped his wings indignantly. Look at his upset face. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. Aura, your teasing is rubbing off on him. I was actually thinking the exact same thing. Can you fly me at least, please? He folded the wings and grumbled, expanding a claw in the dirt. Unless there's a mountaintop I can glide off of, my wings are pretty much useless. I gave Care a blank stare as I slowly registered the news, and couldn't hide my disappointment. Aww. What do you expect from an earth dragon? It's like expecting Ilmari to walk on land. Hey! At least I can move around in the swarm. You, on the other hand. I started laughing. First it was simply a giggle, but it soon grew into a full chuckle. I didn't think it was purely from their antics. As I realized my eyes were moist and I blinked away. Aw, I'm really going to miss this. I wanted to ask for them to stay, question whether they really had to go back, but I knew it was hard for them too. When we reached the river, Ilmari took a few reluctant steps forward before he twirled around and hugged me close. Thank you for everything, Aurelie. I promise we'll see you again. I'll help train Care so he can transform on his own as well. Is it a difficult spell? Mari's loud sigh explained everything, and he eyed Care warily. We dropped our arms and parted from each other's embrace. It'll take time. For now, we have to explain the full situation to our masters, which will most definitely strain the relationship between Dragonkind and Heavenkind. Care hissed and fluttered his wings. What a hassle. But it's something we should be made aware of now, before the situation potentially gets worse, or else there'll be real tensions to worry about. Yeah, that makes sense. I jabbed my chest with a thumb. I'll be busy providing services to traveling merchants passing through Barry for now. I'll make sure all shipments going in and out are verified. Not as glamorous as knighthood, but I think it's important. I'll definitely consider the representative role, too. Now, get going. We're obviously stalling. I backed away, giving Ilmari some room. The mist enveloped him, and a large shape stretched and loomed before me, followed by a splash. When the fog evaporated, Ilmari's neck and head were still visible from above the water. A thought occurred to me, and I motioned for Care to lower his ears. Hey, Care, do me a favor. I reached up and patted his muzzle. Give Ilmari his beach back. His nostrils flared, but he made a small jerking motion with his head that resembled a nod. Good. If you do, I promise to visit you both. Somehow. Like a puppy demanding attention, Ilmari nudged my shoulder with his snout until I turned and patted it as well. Play nice, you two.
We'll be fine. Take care, Aurelie.
Satisfied, Ilmari retreated into the river, while Care began walking upstream. I was surprised Care didn't vocalize a goodbye. However, he glanced back momentarily, and I smiled to myself. He didn't handle partings that well. Take care, Care, Ilmari. I fought the urge to run along with them, and instead waved at them fervently until they disappeared from sight. Knowing I would break down sobbing if I continued to stand there, I returned to the cave. I smiled wistfully as I picked up the glass ornament and the crude walking stick. Once I had arranged them in front of the dragon statue, I made a prayer to the altar. Not sure how this communication works between anyone or just between dragon kind. Should have asked. How silly of me. But please take care of those two for me. They're both important to me, and it'll be lonely without them. I have a feeling they'll be preoccupied with things, a lot of things, before we can see each other again. Satisfied with the conclusion. Oh, I love this song! Okay. I sauntered outside the altar with Ilmari's gift in my bag and Care's walking stick in my hand. The vivid redness of autumn had died, replaced by bare trees and a noticeable nip in the air. The heaviness I felt in my heart disappeared, replaced instead by a strong buoyancy. I knew I would see Care and Ilmari again, but for now, I have to finish my patrol first. Never thought I'd actually miss those. Oh, so cute. I've already played this, but it's still adorable. Oh my goodness. And the song is so perfect. Like, listen to it. Oh my gosh. See, this game is so great. I really want you guys to go and get it, play it. It's free, and trust me, it's like a new experience each time. I already played this, 4 times? But I still love it so much. Ilmari, see, there's a little braid. But these are all little sketches, right? So cute. Yeah, let's look through the credits. Ah. Oh, that's so cute. Apparently that was a deleted scene, according to the art book. Now it's gonna feature Ilmari pictures because we went on his route. That's not actually the kiss picture though that I have. You probably already saw it, but yeah. That was it. Wow. Thank you guys so much for joining. Whoop. There we go. For joining me on Autumn's journey. I was going to say on this journey, but it says so in the title right there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing this. I just love this game so much. And so we'll be doing Care's route next, and then we'll do the friendship route last. So I hope you guys enjoyed. if you did, just feel free to comment or something below. And I'll see you guys next time. Just one sec, how do I... Oh, never mind. Alright, I got it. Come at me anytime, bro. The battle begins. We got so into it that I forgot how many rounds we did. But we are more or less even.